All right, let's go ahead and dive in and see what are all the included accessories with this machine are. There's a lot, so let's go ahead and come right over here to my cutting table, and I'm going to briefly go over each one. Don't you worry if you are a little confused on some of them as I speak. We're going to be going through all of them at the sewing machine as well. But let's go ahead and see where we begin. All right, so the first one is the J foot. And this is your standard zigzag foot, and most likely it did come on the machine. So if you're not seeing it in the case, take a look at what's already on the machine, and I bet this one is on there. All right, you see a nice big opening for being able to do those decorative stitches as well as character stitches and zigzag. You're also going to notice something a little funky here, and that's a little black button on the side. This is really going to be so helpful when it comes time to going over thick, heavy seams, and we'll show that to you in a later lesson. The next foot right here is the in foot. I love this foot. It's often referred to as the monogramming foot, and you'll notice that this is a little bit wider than what the J foot was. It's at 7 millimeters. But something interesting about this is not only do we have a clear opening right here, but if you turn over to the back, you're going to notice that there is actually an indentation on both sides with a channel that is a little bit lower right here. The purpose of that channel is because as we go over decorative stitches, this is what's going to allow this foot to go over nice and even and not get caught on any of the extra thread that happens when we have decorative stitches. So a great little foot to have. Up next is the G foot, often called the overcasting foot. This is going to be really helpful for being able to finish seams. Much like a serger can finish seams, the overcasting foot can do the same. It's not as clean cut as a serger would be, but it definitely does the job. So I'll show you how to use that. You're going to notice a bar there. It's going to serve like a stitch finger might with a serger and allow those stitches to go evenly over top of that bar. Up next is the zipper foot. This is the letter I. One thing that's unique about the Baby Lock zipper foot is the fact that you have two bars right here. So you can either place it on the machine ankle on the left side or on the right side, depending where you need it. This is also going to be great for sewing on piping and cording, anything like that where you need to get right up close to that stitch, but you have something bulky in the way. So zipper foot, your new best friend. Speaking about best friends, oh my goodness, who would have thought that the buttonhole foot would be something I would absolutely love and don't want to ever live without? This buttonhole foot is kind of funky. It's a little awkward and it looks a little intimidating, to be honest, but I promise you it's really quite easy to use, and you're going to love buttonholes so much that you might even want to do a whole bunch of them. Next to that, we have the blind stitch foot. This is letter R. One thing you're going to notice right away with this foot is that you have a flange, a metal flange that is going down the center of this. Now, this blind hem foot is going to not only give you beautiful hemming results, but I actually love to use this foot as a top stitching foot as well, where I can ride that flange right alongside of where I need my top stitching, gives me beautiful straight stitches. Next up in the lineup is the M foot. This is our button sewing foot, I should say, where before we had the buttonhole foot, this one is to actually sew on the button. It really works so slick, and the button is actually inserted between these prongs and the top, and it sewing on buttons honestly has never been easier. So we'll talk through that in a later lesson as well. All right, up next we have the open toe foot. This is a wonderful foot to be able to use when you're doing decorative stitches, but I especially enjoy using it when I'm doing my applique stitches. Let's say I'm doing a blanket stitch around an applique. I love being able to have the nice visual right here. Nothing's blocking my way, and I'm able to perfectly see where my stitches go. Next up is the free motion open toe quilting foot, the letter O, you'll see right there. Now, this foot is going to be great for being able to do free motion quilting. And I love that it has an opening right here so that I can see where my stitching is going. And this rests above the feed dogs. When those feed dogs are lowered, you're able to move your quilt sandwich around very easily using this O foot. Next up is another favorite. This is the non-stick foot, often referred to as a Teflon foot. You're going to notice that it has a very slick side along the bottom. This is the foot that you want to use when it comes to doing vinyl, or doing laminated cotton, anything that is going to get stuck easily on a presser foot. This foot is going to make it easy peasy and glide right along. Next, we have the stitch guide foot, the letter P. You're going to see all these little markings. That's just going to help us if we're trying to get special measurements of where our stitches go and where they ride along. This is the foot for you. Up next is the adjustable zipper piping foot. So this is going to be great. It's very similar to the zipper foot that we talked about earlier, but you're going to notice the difference here is that I can actually move this little lever here back and forth and then tighten it where I want it to go. This is going to be especially helpful if I'm doing large welting, large cording, say on home decor, for example, and I'm going to be able to fit that foot nice and snug up against that large area. Next up is the free motion echo quilting foot, the letter E. This foot is wonderful for being able to do free motion quilting, and you're going to also notice that there are some markings here. Those are guidelines so that as you go around appliques, you can get like perfect echo quilting. Also wonderful because you have a nice large opening here for zigzag or decorative stitches when using free motion. I also like that the foot goes up on the sides, allowing it to not get caught on any pieces that may be sticking up. Next, we have the free motion quilting foot C. Again, very similar to what we've talked about before. However, you're going to notice a much smaller space, a much smaller little opening here. A lot of times people will use this for micro quilting. Now we have that wonderful walking foot. I love this, and I'm so glad that the Baby Lock Soprano has this foot included. Don't worry about the large contraption. I'll show you exactly how to place it on your machine, but you're going to notice that with a walking foot, you have two sets of feed dogs. You have one underneath, and then already you have one at the bed of your machine, right? So what happens with a walking foot is when it's installed properly, you're going to be able to have nice even feed of layers, especially when you're working with heavy layers or thick layers of batting and backing and the front. All those layers are going to go through simultaneously, nice and even, and that happens thanks to the walking foot. Next is probably my most favorite foot on this machine, and that is the letter O. And this is a 1/4 inch foot with a guide built in. So if I want perfect 1/4 inch piecing, this is a wonderful foot to have on my machine. I can glide my fabric right alongside this little ledge, and you're going to notice that there are also some special markings here that's going to help us to know um, whether we are a 1/4 inch away from the needle, 1/8 of an inch away from the needle, and so forth. And I'll show you kind of where that pertains more in a future lesson. Okay, so we've gone through all the feet. Now, what else can we expect? Well, first off, before I get started with the other accessories, I want to show you that this little case does come with your machine. The nice thing about it is that your most commonly used feet click right in there, just like that. So we've got, let's see, the J foot here and so forth. And so I could go through and just put these right in here, and you'll see that when they are in here and this were to go upside down, they actually don't even spill out, which is pretty helpful, right? So this actually can fit right in the front of your machine. There's a little accessory compartment, goes right there. Additional bobbins can go right here, if you will. And it's just nice to have this little storage container nice and handy. So what else is included in your Baby Lock Soprano? Well, you've got a nice set of needles here, which is great for us to have handy. And we also have the twin needle set, and we're going to talk more about twin needles and how fun that is as well. We also have some bobbins that are included, and I definitely recommend that you always use a bobbin that's specific for a Baby Lock machine. With the way it's engineered and weighted, they will have the best outcome for your stitches when you use a Baby Lock bobbin. Also included is a quilting guide. This is a great little metal bar that's going to fit in the side of a walking foot or even the ankle of your machine, allowing you to have nice even rows of stitches. And we also have, well, goes without saying, there's a nice little seam ripper. We're always grateful for that, right? As well as your cleaning brush. This is going to be great for just doing some basic maintenance in between the times when you bring it into our Baby Lock technicians. You also have an eyelet punch, which is kind of interesting. And the way this is used is when you're doing like wing needle stitching when it comes to heirloom stitches. And so that's kind of a nice little accessory to have included in there. We have several different screwdrivers. You can see that there's one for about every kind of screw that you need on this machine. So you'll find the one that you like the best for where it needs to be unscrewed, and it's nice to be able to have those options of screwdrivers. We also have what's called a horizontal spool pin. Okay, and this is going to be very helpful when it comes time to do the twin needle sewing. And I'll show you how this little contraption is set up on the machine as well. We've got lots of different size spool caps, and large, medium, even these small ones. And you know, the advice I have for spool caps is you always want to try and find the size that is most closely related to size of the thread you're using. So you've got a few different options there. You've got a spool net. Very helpful when it comes time to do and contain some unruly spools of thread. Specifically, you may find it helpful when using monofilament threads or when using metallic threads. So this spool net just goes right over top, and it just helps that thread to come out evenly, and you're going to be much happier with the stitch results when you use a thread net. All right, the Baby Lock Soprano also comes with a knee lift, and at first you may be wondering, where is it? Well, let me help you with that question because it's one we often get asked. It's right here in this storage compartment, which is kind of handy, I'd say. I'm going to go ahead and just put that back in there. This also is a wonderful item to have. It just plugs right into the front of your machine. It is another way of being able to lift the presser foot up and down. And then you'll notice this amazing extension table. This also comes with the Baby Lock Soprano, and those feet just pop up. You'll remove the free arm from the machine and place it right in its place. I love being able to have an added extension table so that it frees up more space. If I'm working on small piecing, I can have all those pieces just laying right there ready for me to stitch. Or if I have free motion quilting I want to do, it's so wonderful to be able to have a large extension table to support my fabric. And with that, I think that's about it. So are you excited? Lots of things to go over, lots of things to cover, and I'm so happy to be on this journey alongside of you, and together we're going to find that sewing can be fun and you can experience a lot of success and thus a lot of confidence in your sewing endeavors. So let's go ahead and get started.